It's always good to start with a story. There's a story about a man who was thrown to the lions back in the ancient Rome. And as he was about to be eaten by the lions, he goes over to the lions and he whispers something in their ears. And the lions don't touch him. So eventually they take him out and they ask him, what exactly did you tell the lions? What did you tell the lions which made them not touch you? So he said, it's very simple. I told them for every bite you take, there's going to be a speech. So I'm warning you, we have lots to say. We're very proud of the boys. And but the most important thing is, I think, to start with a tremendous akar tov to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's actually funny to be a vessel of Siyata D'Shmaya. I actually spoke to Rabbi Haber a couple of months ago, and I asked him, it's humbling and it's very awesome to feel how everything suddenly starts fitting together. And he said, yeah, welcome to the club. Those were his words. And with that, I'd like to introduce Rabbi Haber.
Good evening. First of all, I just want to say that it's an absolute honor to be part of this club, especially if you, Rabbi Hill, and all of the wonderful staff of ACE are part of the club. It's a club I want to belong to, and I'm happy to be here. I just want to really just 3 to 5 minutes. Really want to share something with you that for some reason, you learn the parsha over and over and over again, and somehow this is what hit me this year. The Torah tells us that there was a child by the name of, well, we don't know his name, but Rashi says his name was Gershon ben Moshe, and he ran to Moshe Rabbeinu with a report, and he said, Moshe, you have to do something, There's two people, Eldad and Medad, and they're not at the Ohel Moed. They're not where you are. They're not where the Nevi'im are. They're not where the 70 people that you made Nevi'im are. They're standing in the Machane and they're saying Nevuah, like Hefker. And Aaron got into the picture and he said, this is terrible. Lock them up, Klaim, lock them up, put them in jail, make them do community service. It's terrible, it's terrible. And Moshe Rabbeinu, when he heard about this, Vayomer lo Moshe Makana Atoli, are you working for my kavod? Mi yitain, you want to know something about my kavod? Mi yitain kol am Hashem neviim. Halavai, that everybody would be saying nevuah. Ki yitin Hashem es ruchai aleim, and that they should have the ruach of Hashem. It means that Moshe Rabbeinu had just appointed, said he couldn't do the job himself, he had just appointed 70 elders, Vayatzal min HaRuach, he took some of his Ruach HaKodesh somehow, and he distributed it amongst them, and there was an inner circle. There was an inner circle, and there was a place called the Ohel Moed, and that's where the action was. The action was in the Ohel Moed, and the action had to do with these 70 people and Moshe Rabbeinu. That's where the word of Hashem was coming down. These were the important people. And Gershon ben Moshe notices that there's some people that are not in this circle, who we didn't even know who they are. Eldad and Medad, who are they? Misnavim b'machane. They're sort of going in their own nevuah. And everybody gets all upset, and everybody gets all excited. And Moshe Rabbeinu's response was, there is no inner circle. Moshe Rabbeinu's response was, Mi yitain, halavai, that the Ruach of Hashem should come on everyone. We have it one way, they have it another way. But it would be a wonderful thing if there were channels opened up, says Moshe Rabbeinu, channels opened up all over the Machane, all over Klal Yisrael, new channels and more neshamas that are receiving the Dvar Hashem. That was Moshe Rabbeinu's teaching. And I think it's a teaching, just struck me that this is really a teaching that Moshe Rabbeinu, little story, big teaching. Teaching that has to be repeated day after day, year after year, generation after generation. That there is no circle of those that are okay, and some people are just out of that circle, and they're not okay. That doesn't work. Mi yitain kol ha'am navi. This, ACE, I'm not that intimately familiar, except that I know Gil very well, and I know Kevin very well, I know Walter very well. I know it's the pride of Ramat Beit Shemesh. It's the pride of Ramat Beit Shemesh. If I have to talk about Ramat Beit Shemesh, one of the things that would be on the top of my list would be this makom, this ACE. ACE. It's not just the B'nai Torah, people like Rav Soloveitchik, B'nai Torah. It's not just paragons of integrity in Avas Yisrael. It's about understanding that every person is a neshama, every person has a right, every person has an ability to receive the word of Hashem. Every neshama. So, it's my bracha. And I'm sure, and I hope everybody joins me in the bracha. Let's feel it. That we should be zocheh to find many Eldads and Meidads. We should find them all, and we should open up more channels and more channels of Ruchnias to their neshamas. And then, Alavai, Mi'iteng, we know what will happen when Hashem is everywhere, when every person is activated and enacted, we'll be zocheh to the true Hashras, Hashchina, and the Yerushalayim the way it's supposed to be. Thank you very much. All the brachas.